5-minute warning. Warning.
Hey everyone, this is Wonko from ReadyUpRadio.com bringing you our coverage of the Cybersports Network playQUAKELIVE edition number 2, and this is in fact the last Points Cup number 4 in the series. And what we're watching right now is actually a first round game between Nutty Bro and Saigit. Both relatively okay duelers. I checked their ELO ratings, both around 1600 or so reasonably okay duelers, both above average. I'm familiar more with Saigit from CTF. I'm not even sure if he plays duel that much. Nutty Bro, obviously an active dueler. He's also been involved in organizing duel tournaments on the behalf of Four Seasons Gamings and such, so this should be a reasonably good game. And again, you know, I'm sorry for starting the audio part of the stream a little bit late, mostly because I've been having some issues with the plugin used for streaming, and I'm just, you know, figuring things out as we go along. They ran an update for the plugin about, I think it was yesterday, so I'm just still figuring things out. Hopefully we are going to have a smooth streaming experience without any technical issues. Trying to make sure that that's what happens. Does user work for Twitch.tv? No. What he does work for is Cybersports Network, so he's one of the admins for the tournament. Anyways, we're about 9 minutes into the first map. It's just ZTN aka Bloodrun. Nutty Bro seems to have a reasonably okay lead, 6-2. And with only 1 minute left, that's probably a good game. He's going to take this first map, and then we are going to be moving into the next map. So while we do have a small opportunity, dead time in the map, what we're going to talk about is the tournament itself. This is, as I said, the last Points Cup, so this is the last opportunity for a lot of these players to earn points for qualifying to the playoff brackets. Now, in terms of big names who are signed up for this tournament, I think the only major big names are Walter and Rafa. Actually, after this map is done, we're going to quickly switch over to the brackets, and we'll look at the brackets and see who's signed up, what sort of seedings they've gotten. What I do know is that we actually had a lot of signups this time, and we have a full bracket of 32 players, which I don't think we've ever had in any of the other playQUAKE Points Cups, at least not in the second edition. So quite a lot of players signed up. A lot of the sort of mid-tier players, slightly below the professional level, all signed up for this tournament, so it should be a pretty good it should make for a lot of good early matches, which we've been missing in the past, because for the most of the previous cups we've had really very one-sided games in the early rounds, you know, the first and second rounds, etc. So the fact that so many of the slightly lower tier players signed up, you know, people around the 1600 ELO ratings level, the fact that they all signed up means that we're going to have much more exciting games in the early stages. Like, for instance, this one. I mean, the score was 6-3, which is pretty close. So this is not something you normally expect to see in the early stages of the tournament. So that's certainly something that we're looking forward to. And the next map is going to be Lost World. But before we start that map, we're going to go quickly take a look at the brackets. Let me switch you guys over to that screen. Okay. For some reason that didn't seem to work. There we go, yeah. So the number 1 seed is obviously going to be Rafa. The number 2 seed, let me see, that's going to be Walter. Cord, aka Zarathu, is the number 3 seed. He's a player that we've seen from the previous tournaments. Number 4 seed is in fact going to be Clown, and oddly Clown is actually seeded above Ray. I can only assume that that's because Clown has a better ELO rating than Ray, although objectively I would have seeded Ray slightly above Clown and probably even above Cord. But I don't think it's going to make much of a difference in terms of the results in the tournament. Other players involved: Okie Dokie, Saigib, Nutty Bro, all people we've seen in the previous tournaments. Spook RL. I see Burn. I'm wondering if Burn is one of the European players. So not entirely sure about that. If he is the European player, he might actually be quite good, because I know Burn, or was that Burned? I don't know. Other notable players: Avenged, the CTF player, is playing. We did see him play last time. Chain is playing. Chain used to be a very active dueler. Quite good as well. Sanity, again, a CTF player. Undertaker is playing, another active dueler, someone to look out for. Circa, again, used to be an active dueler. Doesn't really play that much nowadays, but Circa and Judge, definitely names to look out for. Do we have any other names? Mello, again, someone we've seen in the earlier tournaments. So yeah, decent turnout for the tournament, so it should be really interesting. Let's switch back over to the game we were watching. Map number 2 between Nutty Bro and Saigib, and Nutty Bro has actually already taken a 4-0 advantage. Only 1 minute and 40 seconds gone on this map, and remember, Nutty Bro only needs one more map win to go on to the second round of the tournament, and since this is in fact just a single elimination, Saigib needs to win this map to stay alive. Oh, nice catch by Nutty Bro there. Catching Saigib going for that lower, the lightning gun yellow room. And Nutty Bro seems to have a fairly good hold on the map itself. And I kind of get the feeling that, you know, again, as I mentioned, Saigib is a CTF player. He's not really an active dueler, so especially people who are casual duelers tend not to play this map, because this is more like a hardcore duel map. It's very, for people who are casual duelers, it's not a fun map to play on. And I include myself in that list. You know, I duel actively, but I don't really take it very seriously. So if you don't play duel seriously, this map is just not fun at all. And I think that's what we're seeing from Saigib here. He just, I have a feeling that he just doesn't play this map too much, so he doesn't have a clear idea of what to do on it. And obviously, you know, as opposed to a map like ZTN, this map plays out very differently. And I think that we might see a GG pretty soon. I'm not sure if Saigib is going to want to stay in this. He did get a frag though, so he might want to see what he can make out of it. He does get the red out of it, and the 2 yellows are up as well, so he might be able to deny one of the yellows, if, that is, he can make his way out of the teleporter instead of hitting the pillars of the teleporter over and over again. Almost like he was bumping heads with it. I'm like, let me through, you bitch! Anyways, let's Saigib runs out of ammo, and let's check pings. Both players pinging pretty high, 60 and 65. So that's fairly even ping, but both players' pings are not very good. 60 ping is about the borderline in terms of QUAKELIVE feeling good when you're playing. But having said that, they are both hitting reasonably good accuracies now. Saigib sitting on 29% LG and 28% on Nutty Bro, so the ping doesn't seem to be affecting the results of the game too much, which you would expect because the pings are even. And Nutty just doing a good job of staying out of Saigib's way and not giving any more frags up once he did give that first one up. And, you know, with a 6 frag advantage, all he needs to do is sit back, relax, get some yellows, make sure that he's not trapped by Nutty in any small corridors. He does need to be careful, though, when he ventures out into the central area of the map, because that's obviously where Nutty is going to be setting traps. And right now, what he should be looking to do is trying to maintain good idea on what position his enemy is in. I mean, he's obviously weaker on items. He needs to make sure that he gets a grasp on when Saigib is actually picking up the Mega Health and the red. Now, he ventures out into the Mega area, but again, you know, he doesn't have any idea when the Mega is up, so he's out of position, and he didn't hear that getting picked up as well, and he's extremely hesitant to go pick up that yellow armor, which, you know, that's a right decision, because you know that those yellows are going to be extremely risky to go for.
5-minute warning.
And Nutty doing the right thing, just maintaining position in the central area. He's got the high position on it, so dropping down for that Mega was a bit of a mistake, and he takes a little bit of a hit. His health is down to 22 health. Now the Saigib, what he needs to realize is that he has his enemy on the run. Let's switch over to him. He's actually relatively healthy, and unfortunately for him, he didn't have a good read on how much health and armor Nutty had, because otherwise he could have had a frag 5 seconds earlier. Now he's made a huge mistake and let the red go. A bit of a mistake on the rocket jump as well, landing in the lava. So now he's down in stack. Now, even in spite of that Mega Health pickup that he just had, his stack is still going to be worse off compared to Nutty Bros. So Saigib is in a little bit of trouble here. He needs to set a trap and make something happen. Oh wow, beautiful rockets. Unfortunately, he runs out of ammo. He still needs to know that Nutty Bro is going to be really, really weak, so this is going to be his opportunity to get a frag. He does make it. He should be able to pick up the red, but looks like he doesn't have timing on it. Runs straight for the Mega, which he was very early for. And that's an indicator of the fact that he's not timing things right now, and that bit of a mistake, well, that could have shut his only window of opportunity to make any sort of comeback in this matchup, and I feel like that pretty much guarantees that Nutty Bro is going to be the one taking the win on this map and moving on to the next round, unless he does something incredibly stupid and gives up a 7 frag advantage in 3 minutes, which is going to be pretty epic if it actually happens on this map. And Saigib right now, it almost doesn't, it feels like he doesn't even really want to win this. It's almost like, hey, I got into the tournament, I'm just playing my first tournament game in a while, and I'm just going to play it out like normal. I don't even really care if I win or not, because, you know, he's only got 3 minutes left, he's got 6 frags to make up, and he doesn't really seem to be playing very aggressive. He doesn't really seem to be looking for the frags actively. So, which is fine, I guess, you know. It's almost like he's admitting that this game is gone, he's not going to win it, but he's still going to stick around, try to learn as much from it as he can, which is the right decision, in my opinion, at least.
Warning.
a little bit of back and forth talk going on between these two players. Saigib kind of claiming that Naughty Bro really had lucky spawns, and to be honest, I you know, maybe he did get some lucky spawns, but I don't think it really mattered in the end. I think Naughty Bro just had more experience in terms of duel and controlling items and running the map. To be brutally honest, I'm actually kind of surprised that Saigib even managed to keep it that close on ZTN. But again, you know, I think Saigib needs to just practice maps more, play more duel, and he definitely, you know, he has the basic skill set to get better at duel. So hopefully he's going to take something away from this game and learn from it, and come back for the next playQUAKELIVE series. So that was the first round matchup between Naughty Bro and Saigib, and once again, since this game is over, we are going to switch over to the brackets, and I want to take a look at what possible interesting matchups we could have coming up in the series. And